Huge mate. So I'm gonna do a little video here about something I should have covered earlier. And apologies for those of you who have been waiting on tenterhooks for me to cover this. And it is the latter half of Constantine, season one, or the season, the series, for all we know. Um, it finished. I caught the end of the last episode of it last week, and I'm gonna spoil a few things here. Full spoilers ahead. Light the spoiler beacon. Sound the spoiler alarm. All of that. Okay. I'm just gonna do a quick run through here. Um, I still like the show. I still like the show, and I want to see more of it. But we're gonna discuss how this season ended and how what the possibilities are for it going forward, if it goes forward, how I'd like it to go forward, that sort of thing. So first off, Constantine gets possessed by a demon to stop him from being killed by another demon because demon math. And then he ends up in jail. And Pedro from Napoleon Dynamite ends up being his sidekick. Not bad. Gets out of jail, scares the demons away. Demon John's a bit of a cunt. We find a bit more out about Chaz, his immortal taxi driving sidekick, who in the comics is just a dude that doesn't die, and it's not a power, he just doesn't die. In the show, it turns out that he's in a nightclub with John one night, having a few beers, before John calls it an early night with some chick. He places some drunken spell on him, and then calamity happens. Lots of people die. There's an accident, there's a fire, building collapses. Chaz remains. Chaz is alive. He now has 47 souls in his body. And every time he dies, just as a cat has 9 lives, he has 47 or so. So yeah. That's every time he dies or gets hit by something that is fatal to normal people, uses up one of his souls, which I think is a pretty cool sort of get around. Felix Faust, the Justice League villain, comes in, played by the grandpa from Breaking Bad. He's got a pretty cool HQ. He's got like a big desk full of scrolls and shit, including a bell. Love that. We reference there. We tip of the hat. Gotta have it. So that's pretty cool. And don't really find out any more about Zed. Well, we don't find out any more about Zed that we didn't figure out already. She's trying to escape her father and this terrible evangelist movement. What we do find out some more about is Constantine's little guardian angel, the character of Manny, who is... Yeah, I mean, there's an episode where he gets trapped in a human body because Constantine needs him to spell. Zed's visions. Early on in the season, Constantine tells Zed that, look, magic comes at a price. Every time he casts a spell, it shaves off a day or so of his own mortality. Zed's visions, or prophecies, and all this linked to the spirit world, is causing a tumor in her head, in her brain. So that's pretty ugly. He traps Manny in a doctor's body to try and get him to reverse it. But it's really up to Zed. Zed says, no, you know what, I can do good with this. I'll keep it going. Jim Corrigan, the Spectre, comes back. He does not turn into the Spectre. He seems to have some sort of weird romantic interest in Zed, which is weird. He's a detective. She's a fugitive. Yeah. And that's really it. We see the guy who played Faraday from Lost. He comes back for an episode, and they go to this weird alternate reality where Ethan from Lost is a psychopathic killer who's hunting people down in a house. And yeah, it's not. I'm sound like I'm shitting on this, but I have been entertained by Constantine, and I would like to see more of it. I just don't think, and even like the final episode it involves Jim Corrigan. And Papa Midnight comes back again. Chaz isn't in it for some reason. Again, there's times where Chaz just sort of comes and goes, and that's just it. Papa Midnight, I think they really did well with the guy who plays Papa Midnight. I love the way he was cast. I love his portrayal, and I want to see more of him as sort of a foil to Constantine. So yeah, it ends, such as it is, with Manny revealing that the Brujeria, this coven of wizards and warlocks from South America that are helping engineer or possibly engineering the rising darkness, or spurring it along, whatever way we can, whatever way you can look at it there. They're working for Manny, who is either one of the fallen or Lucifer in disguise. Those are the popular theories. That's the big reveal, that John's guardian angel isn't actually a guardian at all. He could be the root cause of all this. Pretty good twist, but it's such a shame, man. It ends with like the 13th episode, and there's so much sort of left unresolved. There's no real denouement to the season. It's not a finale-worthy cliffhanger, and I'd like to see much more of that. And again, I said in my previous video, there's just so much more I want to see from this show. Like sort of not even links to the greater DC universe. I don't expect them to have an Arrow crossover like the Flash does, or even a Gotham crossover. I'd love it if it gets another season, they include Alec Holland pre the Swamp Thing transformation. We get to know him just like we get to know the Spectre. I would like the Spectre to be the Spectre before the end of season 1. I'd like, I don't know if NBC or whoever the network is that has Constantine, if they're going to keep it, or there was talk of it being bought by Sci-Fi, and I like that. Sci-Fi are a bit more lenient, a bit more lackadaisical with what they'll let them get away with. So we might see a harder Constantine, smoking all the time, drinking more, swearing. Fucking swearing, man. Get on that. So yeah, I'm just being more of a Jack the Lad. That's cool. I would like to see more Constantine. I will be disappointed if this is the end of this show. It's a show. I'm part of the hashtag Save Constantine movement on Facebook. If you enjoy the show, then I implore you to sign up, because it's not bad. The show's still got so much potential. There's still so much I want to see from it. Like Swamp Thing I've mentioned. We could see Deadman. We could see Etrigan. It's like the Enchantress, DC's Enchantress. But there's so much more to see, and there's so much more I'd like to see. I just still feel that, and even Constantine stories. There's so much that they've yet to cover. Just with him getting cancer and all, and just it'd be nice to see like a real proper flashback episode to the Newcastle incident rather. With all the guest stars together again. Fine, awesome, and more magic shit, man. His mate Gary Lester takes over a body, possesses a body for a minute, a dead body, and scares the bejesus out of everyone. More of that, more of the actual horror shit in that. In the last episode, it was all about the man, and that was more actual horror in this. Right on. So yeah, that was just a little quick rambling on how Constantine ended, for lack of a better phrase. I can't even call it an ending. It's an interruption. There's no finale. There's no denouement. It's just, as far as we got. Touch wood, kids. So that's as far as Constantine got so far. Hopefully, by the time this video is up, or hopefully before the year's out, we'll have news and we'll have confirmation that Constantine is still going, and I'd like that. If it goes the way of Firefly, so be it. But I'd rather it didn't. Nobody wants that. So those are my thoughts on Constantine. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please click like, subscribe, share, view, all the usual jazz. And cheerio.